special player.
Oh, lovely again from Cherki. He's onto the ball, Cherki. He hits it into the net. Ryan Cherki, you are gonna be one of those players that we will always talk about. And right, Gvardiol plays it down the middle, and there's a real chance, and Cherki puts it into the back of the net. And a game that Cherki has probably been the eye-catching performer.
Him plus Haaland is just a cheat code.
We all know his qualities, so it's about trying to get the best out of everyone. And today he had 2 amazing assists to me, so yeah, hopefully many more.
Imagine having someone with Cherki's flair and vision passing the ball to one of the best finishers the sport has ever seen.
It's almost a carbon copy. Cherki's assist, Haaland's finish.
With the Premier League becoming all about set pieces, it's good to see magicians still on the pitch.
He's a special player. He's a special player. He's out of the... All the managers go on a... make like a chess game. You have to do this, you have to do that. And he's a little free soul. You have to understand it. So he's a special player.
Cherki is a game changer, someone who can unlock defenses when nothing else is working. In fact, he already had experience of terrorizing Premier League teams even before joining Man City. 36 million euros is nothing when you consider how good he is now and his potential. Under Guardiola, he's in the perfect environment to grow into one of the best attacking midfielders in Europe.
Say how happy you are to be here.
Yeah? For the all, good. And I'm ready to play with you because we are the best player.
Surrounded by better players, playing in the number 10 role with freedom, he is flourishing. When he came in, it was a statement signing. A signing that was made early with a clear plan, not some deadline day panic buy.
Manchester City have done it. They have signed Ryan Cherki.
City used to dominate English football, but even they needed to evolve. And Cherki is a part of that next wave.
At the same time, the club decided from Ryan because he has incredible skills close to the box. An incredible vision, pass, and many things. And
contrary to the narrative that people have tried to force, Pep Guardiola actually loves players who can break the game open. Players who see things others don't. And that's exactly what Cherki brings to Manchester City. One attacker got worse under Pep, and suddenly apparently every player that he's managed turns into a robot. Everyone is forgetting that number 1, Grealish was super important to City's treble win in 2023. And number 2, for every one Grealish, there's like 10 other players that exponentially improved under Pep. But I guess I'll save that for a different video. The point I'm trying to make is that when you take a player as skillful as Cherki and you put him under a manager as brilliant as Pep, it's a match made in heaven. In a team focused on control and precision, Cherki adds something wild, something unpredictable. He's the kind of player who can turn a snooze fest of a game into pure entertainment with one clever touch or outrageous dribble. City already have stars who keep the engine running. Rodri, Foden, Haaland. But sometimes, to win the biggest games, you need someone that can create something out of nothing. Someone who brings flair and risk. Someone who is a genius. That's Cherki. And he isn't some one-season wonder who is now getting hyped. This is the result of a journey that started long ago on the training pitches of Lyon. Cherki grew up in Lyon's famous youth academy. But even in a place known for developing stars, Cherki stood out. From the time that he was a kid, he had that special spark. Coaches remember how fearless he was. Jean-François Voulier, who worked closely with him in the academy, said that it was just in his DNA. Cherki wasn't just talented, he wanted the ball all the time. He wanted to dribble, to score, to make a difference. The complete opposite of Garnacho. In an away match for Lyon's under-18s in 2019, Cherki showed the crowd all of his tricks. And keep in mind, he was only 15 at this time. Then at 16 years old, he signed his first professional contract. While most players his age were figuring out how to deal with pressure or playing Fortnite, Cherki was already training with the first team. He was confident, he was sharp, and was always trying new tricks. It didn't take long for others to notice. On January 4th, 2020, he actually made history. In a French Cup game against Bourg-en-Bresse, Cherki scored his first senior goal in a 7-0 win, becoming the youngest goal scorer in Lyon's history. But this was only the beginning. 2 weeks later, he delivered one of the most jaw-dropping performances by a teenager in modern French football. Against Nantes in the Coupe de France, he scored twice and assisted 2 more, directly involved in all 4 of Lyon's goals in a thrilling 4-3 win. It was the kind of performance that makes you sit up and just start clapping. The kid was special. Later that year, in August of 2020, he actually stepped onto an even bigger stage, becoming the youngest player ever to feature in a Champions League semifinal. Think about that for a second. This guy couldn't drink in the majority of countries, and yet he was facing off against the best team in the world at that time, Bayern Munich. And his rise didn't slow down. In May of 2021, he came off the bench against Monaco and scored a last-minute winner which kept Lyon's Champions League hopes alive. It was another clutch moment, the kind of goal that showed that he wasn't just about flair, about looking good for the TikToks and Instagram reels. He was about impact. Fast forward, and Cherki is now one of the most talented footballers in the world. And the awards, they follow. Because in the 2025 season, Cherki wasn't just playing well, he was flat out dominating. He was voted into the Ligue 1 Team of the Year, finished as the league's top assist provider, had the most successful dribbles, and was named Europa League's Young Player of the Season. He was Lyon's only creative force, to be honest. And he was one of the most exciting players in Europe. And now that creative spark is coming to Manchester. And what makes this move so exciting for City fans is that Cherki isn't just coming as a finished product. He has so much more room to grow. Just like Phil Foden a few years ago, or like De Bruyne when he first joined City. Pep knows how to polish these kind of players. He knows how to take Cherki from an exciting player to flat out unstoppable. And City needed him desperately, because they have their structure, their tactics, their perfect passing triangles. But what Cherki brings is that touch of unpredictability, that moment of magic that is needed when teams are putting their entire bench, their starting 11, their coaching staff all inside the box so that City can't score. Because Cherki will take on defenders when others would pass. He'll try the impossible, and more often than not, he'll actually pull it off. Just look at his performance against Spain in the Nations League semifinal. I'm sure at this point your Twitter feed was spammed with people glazing this cameo from Cherki, myself included. The less said about my tweets the better, but please give me a follow. Cherki came on as a sub, and he looked like he was playing a five-a-side on a Sunday afternoon after having shawarma in the morning. He was calm and composed while being surrounded by the pace and intensity of a semi-final match. France were down 4-1 when he came on for Olise, but immediately the Frenchman made an impact. Within minutes, he found room on both sides of the pitch. First play, he found Barcola through a sea of Spanish shirts. Second play, he helped find Dembele in a pocket of space. Now yes, individually, these don't look like impressive plays, but in the context of the match, France immediately looked better with Cherki on the pitch. Yes, despite Mbappe being there, it was Cherki that was the most dangerous. Look at this piece of skill from him. Unfortunately, it didn't come off because Theo misplaced the pass, but it showed Cherki's creativity. This is the highest level of technical quality. The last player on City who could pull out a skill move like this was probably Mahrez. I could see Savinho doing it too. This is just what he does. Cherki is inventive, and he can move the ball out of spaces that are tighter than a nun to open the game up. Here's another example. He is on the left side, surrounded by Spanish players. He gets out of this tricky spot with a back heel, then grabs the ball and carves out the entire Spanish defense with just one pass. Unfortunately, Dembouz missed this golden opportunity. But how many players in world football are making that pass? This pass was also with his so-called weaker foot. He's naturally left-footed, but as you can see, he doesn't really have a weak foot. There are videos of him all over social media shooting flawlessly in training with both feet, inside of the foot, outside, half volley. It makes no difference. The guy's execution is perfect. I don't know what they feed the people in France, to be honest. Dembele, Doué, and now Cherki. Something is in those baguettes and croissants, because people keep coming out of that country two-footed. Now let's look at this clip. Here is Cherki dropping deep into midfield, controlling the ball like he's playing futsal, then finding Malo Gusto in acres of space. He turned a basic 5-yard pass in the middle of the park into a counter. With how much the sport has moved to pace and power, I'm looking at you, Adama Traore, especially in the Premier League, it's still nice to see that there are still wonderful footballers out there. This guy isn't the quickest, he's not the strongest, but he doesn't have to be because he's so good on the ball. He can dictate the tempo of the match.
Whisperflow understood what I was trying